Donald Trump's surprise victory in the 2016 presidential election was a shock to most. Many media elites didn't believe he could do it. When Trump won, their disappointment manifested itself in hostility towards the president and many incorrect predictions about his first year in office. Some media personalities chose to make sweeping predictions about what Trump might do, what he will not be able to accomplish, and what his first-year legacy might look like. Below are the 6 most hysterical predictions that never came true. 1. Trump will resign by year's end. Tony Schwartz, the co-author of Donald Trump's book Art of the Deal and ardent anti-Trump activist, said that he believes and prays that Trump will resign by year-end to avoid worse humiliation. At Tony Schwartz: I still believe, and pray, Trump will resign by year-end to avoid worse humiliation, e.g. indictment by Mueller, or 25th Amendment removal. It comes as no surprise his prediction didn't ring true. He also claimed that Trump's first-year impact could end civilization. 2. Trump will flee the U.S. and seek shelter in the Ecuadorian embassy. Liberal pundit, John Aravasis, made perhaps the most bizarre prediction when he tweeted that Trump be lucky if all we do is impeach him. I predict in 6 months Trump will be holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy. Heavy checkmark. At Aravasis: he'll be lucky if all we do is impeach him. I predict in 6 months Trump will be holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy. I don't think anyone will be shocked that this prediction never came close to becoming reality. Politico points out just how wrong he was. In fact, exactly 6 months after Aravasis made that prediction, Trump woke up at his manse in Bedminster, New Jersey, and went to the White House for a few meetings before departing to spend the evening holed up at his beloved Trump Tower in Manhattan. 3. Trump will make infrastructure a high priority to earn him a speedy bipartisan win. Fortune magazine, in their annual Crystal Ball feature, predicted Trump will work with Democrats to claim a quick victory because both parties love spending money on roads. But instead, following up on campaign promises and in true Trump fashion, he set his aims on one of the most divisive issues of the past decade, Obamacare. Within hours of taking his oath of office, Trump signed a multi-part executive order seeking the prompt repeal of Obamacare. 4. Trump may take over Voice of America to disseminate propaganda. Shortly after Trump took office, The Washington Post's Callum Borchers alluded to a Trump takeover of the government-controlled media company, Voice of America, and using it as a propaganda machine. Had President Trump lost the election, he might have launched a media company. When he won, he didn't have to because he inherited one, wrote Borchers just days after Trump was sworn into office. Honestly, there has been no change since Trump assumed office, Voice of America's director Amanda Bennett told Borchers over 6 months later, according to the Daily Caller. I find even my friends have a hard time dealing with this. 5. The failure to repeal Obamacare leaves Trump with Obama's health care policy. Josh Barro, senior editor at Business Insider, predicted that the implosion of Congress's efforts to repeal Obamacare will leave Trump with Obama's health care plan intact, according to Politico. Trump health care policy change: nothing. What he didn't see was the repeal of the individual mandate in the GOP's tax overhaul plan. And that leads up to number 6. 6. Trump will accomplish nothing on taxes. Barro makes the list yet again, with which now seems more like wishful thinking than a prediction. My bet on a Trump tax legacy: nothing, Barro wrote. On December 22, President Trump signed the largest tax overhaul in 3 decades into law, lowering the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%, and lowering tax rates for each income bracket. Hardly a nothing burger. 7. Ivanka Trump will moderate her father's positions on climate change, LGBT rights, and immigration. A myriad of pundits and commentators on the left after Donald Trump won the presidency had claimed and hoped that Ivanka would act as a moderating force on her father on issues the left holds most dear. It didn't happen. And by the end of this week, they know it likely never will, wrote Anita Kumar for McClatchy in July, shortly after Trump reversed Obama's policy allowing transgender people to serve in the military. Trump has been hit hard for not supporting the rights of the LGBT community while never acknowledging he's the first president, Republican or Democrat, to enter office supporting gay marriage. Media outlets also lament Trump's decision to pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement as though it was the panacea for all things climate change. Ivanka pushed unsuccessfully for her father to stay in the agreement. Despite sound arguments, it came at very high costs in exchange for very few benefits.